You seen we been Kawhi Leonard, Ja Morant, been cooking at Giannis. We've been cooking everybody that deserve to be cooked. Um, and today I love the game of basketball, man. And I respect players that give it their all. I'd rather for them to give their lives to the game and dedicate themselves to the game because end of the day, as fans, as guys that play the game, end of the day, we just want to see good basketball and we want to see people respect and love the game. And unfortunately, these players don't respect the game. Unfortunately, a lot of people just care about their own ambitions and their self goals. They don't care about the fans because at the end of the day, I think players forget that these fans are very instrumental in their way of making money. I think these fans are very instrumental in how these players build their fans, how they get these endorsements, how they make their max contracts, the whole nine. And I think these players forget about that, so they're just doing what they want to do, and act like they still should get the utmost respect for fans, get the utmost respect from people in the NBA. It doesn't work like that. You got to give and take. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, these fans can make and break you, and the people that watching the game and study the game, they can make or break you. And salute to everybody that coming in here. Y'all hit that like button. Y'all not subscribe. And I'm just highly disappointed because I thought this guy, I'm not gonna lie, this guy that I'm finna talk about, thought this guy was at the ilk of a Kobe Bryant, of a Michael Jordan. I thought he had the attitude of those guys. I thought he had the will. I thought he had the determination. I thought because he was a two-way player that he's one of the most respected players in the game. But unfortunately, with year after year after year of mishaps, a year after year of letdowns, a year after year of selfishness, and basically not giving a damn other than about himself, I come to the realization that Kawhi Leonard was never that. I come to the realization that Kawhi Leonard was just put in great situations to have the limited success that he had. Let's be real. Every nigga that's been hurt, every star that we seen hurt in NBA history that had severe injuries, we seen them with crutches. We seen them on the sideline with their crutches or with their casts, or getting pushed out in wheelchairs for crying out loud. If they are sitting in the skybox, hell, they in a wheelchair or whatever going on. What's going on? I was told that Kawhi Leonard had germ knees. We seen a guy that had that in Brandon Roy. And Brandon Roy, you see his career slowly ended once he was diagnosed with that. It ended really immediately. A guy that with germ knees, you're not gonna be able to extend your career longer. Even if you low manage, you still can't extend your career because it takes a lot of training and a lot of hard work to be in NBA basketball shape. Anybody can play up and down full court, or you could play your half court games or whatever and play pickup, and you could do that. You don't have to be in shape to do that, but when you play NBA basketball, it's a certain level of training, certain level of shape you have to be in. At the end of the day, it takes a lot of hard work. You know what I'm saying? Take just as much work outside of the game than it do within the game. The game is supposed to come easy with all the hard work that you put in before you even get to the game. So if he had this condition, you think he'll be able to have that extensive training to get in NBA basketball shape, to be able to keep up with the best athletes in the world? It takes a lot of hard work. So end of the day, when a lot of people put that out there, just off of him putting that type of work in before even getting on the court to play the games, his knees was gonna be shot because we seen that with Brandon Roy, a guy that was establishing himself as one of the most elite players in the game, most elite scorers in the game. And Brandon Roy was put on a trajectory to lead that Portland franchise to newer heights, heights that they haven't had since the Bill Waltons and Clyde Drexler era. That's the height that Brandon Roy was exceeding to. His knees got so bad, even being making an All-Star team, he had to sit out because of that. And he had crutches. He was on the sideline with crutches. So when guys say you had these injuries, when guys say you had these certain surgeries, why have we never seen Kawhi Leonard with crutches? Why we never seen Kawhi Leonard getting pushed out in wheelchairs? Why we never seen Kawhi Leonard basically, you know what I'm saying, playing with knee braces if he had these significant knee problems, these significant injuries that he's supposed to have? Honestly, you guys, Kawhi Leonard, he just one of the luckiest niggas in NBA history to be able to live off of two Finals MVPs and rightfully, let's say the first MVP that he got with the Spurs. It was five different niggas in the running for Finals MVP for the Spurs when they won that chip in 2014. Was Kawhi Leonard instrumental? Yes. But he was not the best player on the team. You could have gave it to Danny Green. Danny Green was the guy that broke a record in the finals for crying out loud for the most made threes at the time. You had Tony Parker. He had the best numbers and was a clear best player on the team throughout the whole playoff run. Tony Parker was. Manu Ginobili had a great series. Tim Duncan had a great series. Gary Neal. We could go down the line with significant Spurs players. Hell, as a team, they broke records as a team. So you could have gave that to anybody, but they gave it to Kawhi Leonard. Let's go to Toronto. Toronto built a great roster. You end up getting the steal in the trade to get Marcus Gasol. You end up getting Serge Ibaka. You drafted well, getting guys like Norman Powell, Van Fleet that was coming off your bench. You had Pascal Siakam, and you seen how good Pascal Siakam turned out. Then you had an all-star, perennial all-star Kyle Lowry. And all you essentially did was trade DeMar DeRozan for Kawhi Leonard and upgraded from DeMar DeRozan. And in the East, Philly was young. Milwaukee was Milwaukee. Hell, with Eric Bledsoe as your starter point guard, you knew they weren't going to do too much of shit with Eric Bledsoe as your starter point guard. And he got lucky and went against the Golden State Warriors team that was not healthy, that was hurt. And he got that ring in Toronto. Still got to give him credit because you got to play for what is in front of you. But that don't hold major weight. So in all actuality, he came with all this expectation to LA, and they put him on a pedestal. Man, this is my city. I run LA. This is my town. And in the bubble, right? Clippers were chosen to win the NBA Finals around the bubble, right? They was up 3-1 against the Denver Nuggets. You see what Kawhi Leonard and them did? They blew a 3-1 lead. Jamal Murray outplayed them, and Denver overcame and won that series 4-3. They choked. Most superstars, right? They would get held accountable. They would get cooked. They would get a lot of backlash for blowing a 3-1 lead. People wipe that under the rug, put that under the rug, and then criticize Kawhi Leonard and the Clippers for blowing that 3-1 lead. They wanted to blame guys like Montrezl Harrell. And this is the thing that pisses me off. It always other people. It was Doc Rivers' fault. It was Montrezl Harrell's fault. It was Lou Williams' fault. They blamed other guys, but they didn't want to. They didn't want to put the blame on the best player in Kawhi Leonard, right? So let's move on. 2021, everything was looking great for the Clippers. Everything was looking on the up and ups for the Clippers, right? Kawhi putting up historic numbers. Paul George playing at a high level. The role players are in sync, doing what they're supposed to do, right? And Kawhi Leonard gets hurt against Utah, right? Didn't come back. The Clippers still end up making the Western Conference Finals, right? This is, if the Phoenix team was suspect from the jump, you telling me a 70% Kawhi Leonard? A guy that's supposedly torn his knee, walking around in the skybox with no crutches. Then when he got called out, he came on the sideline, no crutches, no knee brace or nothing. You telling me he couldn't come back and play and help the Clippers win their first championship in franchise history? Come on. We got to be real. This is a damn shame that we let this shit slide. And end of the day, Kawhi Leonard with all this foolishness, the Clippers sacrificed their whole future to appease this man. Hell, the Clippers put that whole, they already got a fucked up reputation because of Donald Sterling. Now, you doing shit just as egregious as Donald Sterling now with this lingering shit with aspirations. You sacrifice your integrity, Balmer, cutting corners for a guy that essentially had you trade your whole future to build a dynasty for another franchise, which is the Oklahoma City Thunder. Kawhi Leonard essentially built Oklahoma City Thunder. With his demands, he helped create a dynasty, OKC, that is not going anywhere. Hell, Oklahoma City will have the Clippers. Look, Oklahoma City going to have a top 5 pick in this year's upcoming draft. And then what? You know, so end of the day, man, we just gotta. We had our hopes. Shout out to you, hey. If you not subscribe, brother. Y'all hit that like button, man, and y'all subscribe. Y'all not subscribed. I'm just disappointed to the fact that, man, look, we could be wrong sometimes, and I was wrong. I put Kawhi Leonard on a pedestal. You from Iran? Salute to you, man. Salute to the country of Iran, man. Salute to you, brother. If you subscribe, man. But I'm just disappointed that we can't admit when we're wrong. We so prideful that we want to just keep riding with somebody to the end, and they shown us so many times what type of people that they truly are. Kawhi Leonard is a scam artist. Kawhi Leonard is a selfish, self-centered son of a bitch. Kawhi Leonard cheated the game of basketball. Kawhi Leonard don't care about the Clipper fans. Kawhi Leonard don't care about his own personal fan base. He tried to give the Spurs a bad reputation. One of the most classiest organizations of basketball was getting heat because of him. Greg Popovich got heat because of him. Enough is enough, man. I'm tired of taking up for a nigga that doesn't even care about the game of basketball. I'm tired of taking up for a nigga that really only care about himself. I'm tired of taking up for a nigga that essentially go miss 400 games because he gonna miss the next 5 games. I can't take up for no man like that anymore, man. End of the day, y'all, Kawhi Leonard is a bum. Kawhi Leonard cheated the game. Anything egregious that we put on these niggas is worse than all that. Anything that we say LeBron James have done wrong, Kawhi Leonard has done 10 times worse than LeBron James. And it's not even close. Hell, Kawhi Leonard, what he doing is worse than the niggas that gambling on games. Worse than the Terry Roziers. Worse than the Javante Porter. Worse than the Damon Jones. He worse than Chauncey Billups. The shit that Kawhi Leonard's doing is even worse than them guys. And we got to be real, man. Kawhi, just retire, bro. You made enough money. Hopefully you made the right investments, bro. And stop cheating the Clippers. Stop cheating these fans. You got my boy Crooktown don't even show up on panels anymore because of the shit that you do. My boy Crooktown doesn't even show up on panels anymore. Don Gio doesn't even show up anymore. Because of you, Kawhi Leonard. You got a whole platform. Shout out to the Pull Up Podcast. Y'all got them brothers over there still hanging on to hope. Stop doing that to them people, man. Stop doing those fans like that really had real faith in you. All you doing, bro, is exposing yourself more and more. All you doing is hurting the fan base that saw something in you. Hell, we all saw something in you. I thought you was going to be one of the ones. But you showed me otherwise, brother, and I accepted it. You not one of the ones. You shouldn't be in the top 75 of all time. You're not even top 100. Man, this is what I'm going to do to you, Kawhi Leonard. You see this? Fuck you, Kawhi Leonard, and fuck what you stand for. Man, y'all hit that like button. Y'all not subscribed to Hollywood Herm. Salute. I'm out.